What up, guys? I'm just making this video because I've noticed there's a lot of struggle going on right now in this economy. Um, I noticed that a lot of people I know living paycheck to paycheck have been so close to being homeless. Right now, I'm blessed to have a beautiful wife. We have a kid on the way. We have our own house, but we're house poor. We're living, like I said, paycheck to paycheck, and we're recovering from me getting fired last year. Thankfully, I have another job now, and I do want to share some perspective also into what you can do after recently graduating from college, because it's not easy out there with a college degree or without a college degree. Now, are college degrees entirely useless? I would say no. I think the college degree will help you get promoted faster and easier, as well as maintaining your job compared to someone without one. There is still definitely benefit in having a college degree. I noticed it in the factories I worked at. I majored in engineering, and but the hardest part was just finding that first job to give me that opportunity. I was not a good student, I will admit that. I graduated without an internship, without having had an internship. I had no plan. What I decided to do was, hey, more school. It looks pretty. It's my next big thing, right? Because I was applying like crazy. I could not land anything. I did that, worked on my master's, but eventually I quit. It wasn't for me. I'm just a jack of all trades. I do not like specializing in one research field. I like learning different things. And also the commute was tough. So I applied as a factory worker on the assembly line at this company called Ericsson. Allowed me to get my foot in the door. I'm grateful that company gave me a chance, even as just a machine operator. From there I was able to get not promoted. I tried to get promoted, but fortunately it didn't work out. I had to leave, but I had the experience now to become a technician, and from there became an engineer. So all this to say is, don't be afraid to humble yourself. Do not be afraid to expand your skill set or invest in skills not related to what you studied in. It's tough out there. Do not just think that you're all set because you have this college degree. Get as much experience as possible. Experience by these corporations, these companies, they value that a lot more than education most of the time. I will say that from my own experience, right? And do not be afraid to do that. Apply on Indeed. That's what's helped me the most, is Indeed. I know it gets a bad rep, but it was definitely more useful than LinkedIn. Because I've noticed a lot of ghost jobs, bro, on LinkedIn. Man, it's crazy. They all have these pretty job postings from these pretty companies like Siemens, Texas Instruments, Samsung. I never hear a word back from them, bro. Not even a letter telling me that I got denied. Nothing. It's just like a left me undelivered type of shit. So, I would use Indeed a lot. Their quick apply function is so much better, so much more efficient than applying on the company websites themselves. Right now I'm giving contrary advice to what most people do, but I value my time. On Indeed I can whip out 10 applications in less than 5 minutes, compared to a company website where they have you restate everything that's on your resume again. It sucks. I don't have time for that. It's boring. No, I'm not gonna do that. And you can call me lazy if you want, but like I said, I try to be as efficient as possible. And persistence as well was a big one. Be persistent. Just keep going. I know they want to hold us down right now. They don't want to see us thriving, but you need to prove them wrong. It's very embarrassing, I will say. Having family members, having friends ask you, so where are you working at now? And not being able to tell them that, I work at a factory, but it's not exactly, I'm not an engineer. And then they ask me, are you a mechanic? I say, no, just an operator. And I know the feeling, or even worse, you could tell them I don't have a job right now. It sucks. And they want to say that we're lazy. They want to say that we're not trying, that we're not motivated enough. And now with this whole AI bubble incoming, it just makes things so much worse. A lot of computer science major peers that I know, they got laid off or they can't find jobs. And pretty soon, that AI stuff is going to come for a lot of jobs outside of tech also. We need to be ready. It's an uncertain future. It's a very uncertain future. But I know that God will bless us. And if you keep fighting, if you do not be afraid to pursue side hustles as well, we're already struggling. Might as well just look for any avenue that could be useful to us. But stay safe, stay humble, and God bless.